Hello friends, it's Marianne. I'm coming to you from Kiss Up Cards, Keep It Simple Stamping Up. I'm an independent Stampin' Up consultant and I'm here it's Fun Fold Friday. And so I'm going to be here sharing with you a bridge fun fold. So this is going to be so much fun. It's a different way to have a card and it folds flat to mail in in an envelope. So that's exciting as well. So why don't we just get right to my craft table and let's get crafting. We are at my craft table and I will always say if you're trying a new card, a new cut, anything new, do it on copy paper. It could be something that has notes all over it or whatever, or you can make this as your template, whatever. And the reason I'll tell you why. So I made a template. This is what we're going to make. We're going to make a bridge card. So there was a mistake in this won't lay flat. And it's supposed to lay flat. It's not going to. And I'm thinking, what did I do? What did I do? Well, my card, I forgot to take the 1/2 inch off so I would start working. So let's make a template and I'll walk you through the cuts and we're going to make a bridge fold card. So we need 8 inches. So let's cut off a 1/2 inch because this is 8.5 inches. So let's cut off a 1/2 inch. There we go. And then we want 5.5 inches. So this is going to be 8 inches. If I pull my arm out, which I think eventually I'm going to need, this is 8 inches by 5.5. So that's what we're going to start with for the card base to make the back of the card. Now we're going to score at 1 1/4. There we go. So at 1 1/4, 1 1/4. Did I do 1 1/4? Yes, I did. And then 2 1/2. And I just heard a cut. And then 5 1/2. And then 6 3/4. Now I'll show you another little trick when we go to do that. So then this is my card. And then you have it in front of you. And then you're going to fold on this score line into the center. And then this one back. And then this score line, the second one, you're going to fold into the center. And then you're going to fold this one back. And there you go. Okay. Then we're going to decorate with designer paper and cardstock in the center. But the other thing that you need to make the bridge, 5.5 inch piece by 1 1/4. 1 1/4. So you could, when you're making this as your template, you could say this is scored at 1 1/2, 1 1/4, 2 1/2, 5 1/2, and 6 3/4. This is the bridge, and it is 1 1/4 by 5 1/2. And again, we're going to decorate that, but this is how it's going to go on the card. And it can go anywhere on the card. And that's what makes the bridge, and you have a bridge fold card. Let's see how cool that is. And it can go up near the top, it can go in the center, it could go near the bottom. You could put it anywhere your little heart desires or where your pattern is. But then when I lay this, it lays flat down. So you can lay it flat to mail it. My card will not lay flat, so I have to redo the bridge to make it just a little tad, I think a 1/4 of an inch longer, so that it will. So yeah, so that is the template for the bridge card. So let's with good cardstock now. So I'm going to use, I love the birds. Oh my gosh, I thought, you know what, I'm going to use this paper and use that. And then I'm going to, I thought this pink just went really lovely with it, and I'll decorate the outside of it. Now I have to pick out the cardstock. So this is what I'm going to be working with. I'm going to be working with this beautiful pink, this beautiful birds, and then this gray granite, which is gorgeous. I'm only going to need a small section of this to put in the middle of the card. So now that we have this and we've got our pattern, I am able to now cut with hopefully some perfection. Or accuracy, let's say accuracy. So I need 8 inches by 5.5. So let me just take the 1/2 inch off first. Whoops, my cardstock moved. I don't want that to happen. Take the 1/2 inch off first. Can use that. That could even be cut down for the bridge. Your bridge doesn't even have to be that wide. And then 5.5 this way. So we have the 5.5 by 8. And now we're going to score it. We're going to score it at 1 1/4. We're going to score it at 2.5, and then I'll show you a little trick. So the last time I measured the template, I went to 5.5 and 6 by 3/4, and I'll put those measurements in the instructions. But you can flip your card around and you can just do the same thing from this end, because that's what those measurements are going to give you. So you can go 1 1/4. And 2.5. And then you wouldn't even need the arm. So there we go. So now we have our card like this. And I'm going to fold that second fold. And then this fold goes back. This is like a Z fold. Fold this over this way. And then fold this one back. And there we have our card. Now we're going to make the inside of the card. I'm going to cut this cardstock first into 6 by 6. So let me just put my arm in and cut it into 6 by 6. It's not going to ruin the pattern at all or the design, but it just allows me to work with a smaller piece and keep the others in integrity to maybe use on another card. So now I need a piece that is 5 1/4 by 2 3/4. And I think what I'm going to do is cut. Let me see what 5.5 gives me. 5.5 gives me, oh, okay, yeah, 5.5, because I want to put the wording here. So this takes off a little bit of this. That can be kept for something else, or the back of it can be kept for something else. And then 2 3/4. So let's see what we get with 2 3/4. I like to just, okay, what I'm going to do is, because this is just want to get more of the birds on there than not. And so now if I go 2 3/4, I get this. So that's good. And then these can be used for something else. And that goes on the, what did I do? I think 5 1/4. Yeah, I want to cut from there. I think I did 5 1/2, didn't I? I did 5 1/2, so it's 5 1/4. So just that little piece off. I'm not going to bother with that one. And I'm going to lay this in here. Now, I could have framed this. I could have cut this smaller and framed it, but it's framed by the gray, the granite gray. So I think that looks just beautiful as it is. And where's my pink piece? This is what's going to add the color. So again, I'm going to cut this. I find cutting my paper into 6 by 6. And that didn't quite cut. There we go. Much more manageable. If you don't want to do that, by all means, don't do that. You don't have to. But I just find it more manageable. So now for this, we need a 1 inch by 5 1/4. So let's do the 5 1/4. And then let's do the 1 inch. I'm going to measure from this side because I can see it better. And I'll need 4 of these because there are 4 flaps. That. And this paper, I'm just going to throw in my paper stash, and it is good for another day. So there I have the 4 pieces. That's not all our cutting for today, but let's get this glued down. Now this I'm not going to glue down yet until I figure out what I am going to put on there for a sentiment. Oh, the other side is pretty too, but it doesn't go with our birds, but I like the pink. All right, grab some glue, and I always store my glue upside down so that the glue is there to use, ready to go. And my silicone mat, I love using this silicone mat. I think this does have some direction on it. Piece number 1. My silicone mat, the glue doesn't stick to it. It is so cool. I was always, before this, I would have glue all on my paper, and I would glue on my desk, and this has just been fantastic. So if you tend to get glue everywhere, this might be a good find for you as well. And you can just check my online store. The link is down below. Oh, that pink on that gray granite. I'm not sure which shade of pink. Oh, I'm so glad that fell that way. Now, if you kept this, I didn't realize this. If you had kept this in the order that you had cut it, this one did, not that one. You could have it kind of like, you know, it was just cut, but just like that. There we go. So now the next step is getting a sentiment to stamp right on there. All right, I've got a stamp set that says, "What a beautiful difference one single life makes." And that you know, would be a good sentiment for a birthday card, for a get well card, for a sympathy card, because their loved one did make a big difference in their life. Now I need my, here it is, my little mat. This is provides some cushion because it's not the red rubber stamp that has the cushion built in it. It is photopolymer stamp. That's what I'm trying to think of. So I need this underneath. And I'll just set this on here. Now I'm just using black ink. And you just want to tap, 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 and make sure you don't, I got a little bit of ink up there. All right, make sure that's on there. And then just let the ink sit there for a little bit just so that it transfers to the paper. I found I was stamping very quickly and I have slowed down a lot, and it turns out much, much better. Oh, that is gorgeous. Woo! Love it. Love it. Love it. Now, if you saw in this one, I stamped this image along the bottom. I have these flowers and I have the stems. And so I did that along the bottom and matched the blue here and did the bridge between the two. So may the memories of yesterday comfort you today. I just have to fix the bridge and then I'll be able to send that. But this one has the picture on it, so I don't need to do any more stamping on this part of it. So that's beautiful. I'm going to use this, my tape runner. Put that on. Oh my, that is beautiful. Now we'll get some gray granite. And I think I'm going to use this piece, but usually the instructions say for the bridge to cut a piece that is 1 1/4 inches wide by 5 1/2. So let's just cut this into 5 1/2 piece. I mean, use it up. Oh, my blade has become askew, so I just have to pop it back in. All right. So I have 5 1/2 inches, and that's going to fit for the bridge. And then when, is it 5 1/2? One and why is it not working? Okay, let's try 5 1/4. So this is how you fix it. You just shorten it. If I had to lengthen it, I would have to get another piece. For some reason, and now it works. So I just cut 1/4 inch off, and that helped. I'm going to cut a small piece of pink, which I have. Oh, you know what? I think I'm going to reverse it. Okay, so let's cut this at 5 1/4. Now this means that this is going to match with this, so I'm going to cut, oh, what did I do? That's 5 1/4. This is 5 1/2. Well, no, this is the piece I want. So this is going to be the same length. So what I'm going to do is cut 1/4 of an inch. I'm gonna, yeah, let's try that. You can always cut more, but you can't add more. Well, that looks good. And I think I'm going to stamp something along there, not sure what. So I'm going to check my stack. All right, I picked out 2 stamp sets. One where, nope, not that one. Was it that one? Oh, enjoy your special day. I haven't used that one yet either. Good. Glad I'm using one I haven't used. So that's why it's to use them. So enjoy your special day comes out of this one. And then hello friend comes out of this one. So I'm just going to test them on here. They're both small. And you can put different stamp sets together. And there we go. I'm just going to do this in the center. And get my blocks out. And line this up again. All right, I'm going to line this up. Make sure they're all going the right way. Line this up. Oh my gosh, it's sticking to my fingers. And again, I'm going to stamp in black. I'm just going to go tap, tap, tap. Enjoy did not get a lot of ink on it. All right, so I'm going to test it out. Looks good. I have something under here that's impacting that coming out all the way. And that's all on there. Okay, so let's stamp this up. Just doing the stamp, not putting my block in there. And get this centered. And then again, just slow down, let the ink go into the paper. There's no rush. I actually find this very therapeutic to have slowed down. And then, hello friend, enjoy your special day. Always cover my ink up. Notorious for getting stuff in there. And let's get this down. So, you know how on the last card I made, the bridge was out of, just trying to figure out where I want it. I think right there. And look, you have the bridge card. I think the last bridge card I had was the cardstock in the back and the paper in the front, but I love this. It picks up more of the gray granite. So now I'm going to just do a little of the edge, and I should have put this underneath because this does not adhere to this mat, this silicone mat. It's so cool. And I wanted it more down here. So I'm going to secure it on this side. And this side. And there's the card. And then it folds flat so I can put it in an envelope. And then when they get it out, they have their bridge card. And there's your fun fold bridge card for tonight. So bridge card, here we go. Isn't that so pretty? And that designer paper series, this bird song paper series, oh, sorry about that folks, is just, it presents the card, and it just does a beautiful job. And this will look nice standing up on anybody's china cabinet or dresser or whatever, wherever they display their cards. Now, if you didn't want to write on the front of the card, you still have the back of the card to write on, or you can slip a piece of paper. You can still write your name somewhere. But it's just a beautiful, fun fold card, different, unique, and just really special to give to someone. This one, I love the colors, the granite gray and the pink, and then the birdsong paper. It's just gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. And then remember this one I made it without doing the template first. I have to fix my bridge because it's too short. It won't lay flat. So I have to fix my bridge paper. But this I stamped. I had a stamp set that I just stamped flowers and some stems and then a sentiment at the top and go from there. So I will carefully take this off, and so I don't rip the paper underneath. I don't care. Like this I'll use on another card, but that I will have to fix. But I do love how they turned out the bridge card. Now, look out for next week because I'm going to put a twist on the bridge card. So it's going to be the bridge card, but with a little bit of a twist. There's a little teaser for you. It has been fun hanging out with you tonight on Friday nights. I absolutely look forward to it. I get so excited about, oh my gosh, there is a neat fun fold to share with you, and I've got almost all of them set up for the next number of weeks. So keep on watching. If you're concerned about missing any of the videos for the fun fold cards, subscribe to my channel, hit the notification button, and then it will notify you when my video goes up. So thank you for joining me, hanging out with me. I love hanging out with you. And if you make a fun fold card, I've encouraged you in any way to make a fun fold card, by all means, post a picture of it in the comments below. I would love to see your creations. You get to see mine. You get to even see my mistakes. They happen even to someone who's been making cards for, I've been making cards for 3 years. It happens to even people who have been making cards for 20 plus years. Accuracy, perfection is not the name of the game, but to have fun and to figure out, hey, how can I fix this, or how can I make it different and make it unique? You make it one of a kind. So I am looking forward to giving this card to be able to share kindness, one card at a time.